My guest today is Laurie Lawrence Gist, and she is putting together a really cool steampunk style Nutcracker, and it's put on by the Citadel Dance and Music Center. How are you, Laurie?
I'm good. Thank you for talking with me today.
Good to chat with you about this event. You guys have been doing this type of Nutcracker performance for a number of years. How long have you guys been doing this?
This is number 7, and it was originally written in 2015.
Okay, and so who wrote it? Where did this come from?
So I wrote it
Okay.
in 2015. I was also working on a ballet called Steamed. And the story goes, Mike Nadolski, who was the theater manager at the Mendel Center at the time, called me in June, and it was the week of the show. So I was running around crazy. I was in my car. And he said, we just happen to have a slot in December. Are you thinking of doing anything? And I was not. And so I said crazily in my flurry, yeah, put us down. We'll do something. And so then I thought, well, I'm living in this steampunk world, and this just might be the thing I was waiting to have happen in order to do a Nutcracker, because I was always interested in doing a Nutcracker, but I was never interested in doing the classical Nutcracker. So the steampunk world was there, and it was the right time, and we made it happen.
Now, the Nutcracker is such a classic story, and you see performances all the time during the holidays. What made you not want to do that? Was it because it's kind of already been done and you wanted to do something different, or what was the thought?
Yes. Americans love the Nutcracker. It's very nostalgic. It's just part of the season, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't love the classical version, and as it ages, it's not aging particularly well with cultural assimilation and things like that. So I just always knew that I wanted to tell a story that was a nod to the classical, but was different. So this just happened to be the right thing.
Now, of course, it's steampunk style, so that's a little bit different, a new spin on things. But what makes this different from the original?
So the original 2015 version, I really followed, the same trajectory. It's all set to Tchaikovsky's score.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that in my mind. And I think the first go was in such a hurry that I just sort of thought, oh, I'm doing the Nutcracker, but I'm doing it in a steampunk version. And then since then, it grows and it changes every year. And every time I go to work on it, more of these characters come to life in a different way. Their relationships grow. The story has grown. So the story really is not anything to do with the classical story, but we do throw so many nods. There's the classical character, Mother Ginger. We have Father Time, and things like that. So there are connections. And as I said, it's all done to Tchaikovsky's score. So the music to me, I probably, because this is number 7, I've done it so many times, but when I hear it, it is this story that I just hear our characters, and I hear this story, and I hear these deep, beautiful connections between these characters. And it's a haunting, gorgeous score. And I'm so honored to work with it.
So the music itself is still the same. It's
It
just
is.
story and some of the things that are going to be happening is different. You're not going like, different style of music of the
Right.
Nutcracker. It's still true to the classic as far as the music goes.
Yes.
Okay. Who's going to be doing the music?
So we have a full professional orchestra that is personnel. Susan Dietrich Reed is our executive director and our music director. And so she has hired all the musicians, and she has done that every time. So 7 go-arounds with filling up this orchestra. And she does just an amazing job. They're so well-tuned, and no pun intended.
That's awesome. And the dancers and performers, I see range from young kids to some adults as well. Where are all these dancers and performers coming from?
So in the past, we've had a lot of performers from around the community. This time, they are all Citadel students and or faculty members. And it's really amazing to be able to say that, because some of these beefier roles, you have to have such proficient dancers. And to be able to say that some of these kids are our students is, oh my goodness, I'm just over the moon excited to be able to say that.
That's awesome. We're talking with Laurie Lawrence Gist, and she's putting together a steamed Nutcracker that's coming up this Saturday. Performances, you're going to do two of them, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and it's going to be at the Lake Michigan College Mendel Center main stage. Now, for people that have never had a chance to see this performance from, back when you started it back in 2015 to now, what should they prepare themselves for when they come and check this out?
It's very emotional. The characters are vibrant. There are a lot of really chilling moments, I'll say. I don't want to give too much away. Right. But of course, the main character, the seer, she sees a prophecy. And so you're going to see some steampunk sci-fi kind of characters come out of these dreams. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just the thing that resonates with me about this is the characters and the relationships that they develop. And there's a really, again, I don't want to give too much away, but there's just a beautiful relationship between the seer and Sansa, and what the seer has to ultimately decide at the end. Bring some tissues.
Okay. Definitely want to check this out. So of course, you've been working on and fine tuning this over the years as you do more and more performances of this, but this performance specifically, and you're in the final stretch getting ready for Saturday. How long have you guys been practicing and getting this all ready to go?
Yes. So we audition at the end of August. And then we start rehearsing the week after Fly Me to the Moon. We have our annual Citadel fundraiser, Fly Me to the Moon, which is the first weekend in September. So the weekend after that, we start rehearsing.
Wow. And as you mentioned, the live orchestra and putting this all together, and that's going to be really awesome. Any other shout outs you want to do for people that help put this all together? Any sponsors or any of that stuff?
Absolutely. So this year we have grant funding from the Upton Foundation to help support the orchestra. So we can't do it without those major donors that we have year in and year out with the Berrien Community Foundation, the Shallon Foundation, and the Upton Foundation. And we also have tremendous support from TPC and Matt Dolphy Clark. I'm sure a lot of you know his name. He has really worked on this every time, and I would not want to do this without his help.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff and been a part of many different organizations and performances. So yeah, I'm sure he's having a great time with it as well. I'm sure a lot of the behind the scenes people, costumers, and all that are enjoying this as much as the performers.
Yes, I hope so.
This is really great. Of course, we want people to come and see this. So it's happening Saturday, the 16th at the Mendel Center main stage. So you have a 2 o'clock performance and then a 7 o'clock performance. How much is it going to cost us, and how do we get tickets?
So it's between $15 and $30. This all through Ludus this year. So it's citadeldancemusic.ludus.com. And if you forget that, you can find that on the Mendel Center website as well as our Citadel website. The matinee is being performed by the understudies, and the evening is the main cast. They are both fabulous, so it doesn't matter which one you come to see, you're going to get some really wonderful, high-quality dancing.
Now, as you mentioned, bring the tissues, because it's going to be a pretty emotional thing. Anything else we need to be thinking about when we come and see this? Bring the whole family and make it a family tradition?
Absolutely. That was one of the reasons I wanted to write this back in 2015. It's my gift to Benton Harbor, because it is the Benton Harbor Nutcracker. It was born here. It's done by local artists, both on stage and in the pit. And it's something that we're really, really proud of. And it is for the whole family. Some of these little kids, they're the toy soldiers. My daughter is 6, and so this is her first Nutcracker, and she's a toy soldier. So we're trying to get all of her kindergarten friends to come. And one of the really cool things that we offered for sponsors this year was to sponsor an elementary school class to come and see it. So we had 5 sponsors. So we have 5 groups from 5 different schools who have all received tickets to come and see the matinee. So that's really exciting too. I'm really hoping to see a lot of kids out here.
That's wonderful, and hopefully a full house each performance to see this great performance, Esteemed Nutcracker, that's happening this Saturday. As you mentioned, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock performances at the Lake Michigan College Mendel Center. Again, Laurie, how do we get tickets again for this?
So it's Ludus, citadeldancemusic.ludus.com, and that link is on our website as well as the Mendel Center's website.
Wonderful. Well, looking forward to it. It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic performance, and love that you put this new spin on a classic, and it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to see that for people, especially if you've never seen it before, and even if you have seen it, it's going to be like you said, a totally new experience as well. But thank you so much for putting this together and telling us all about it.
Thank you so much for talking.